want to have a session in English. I hope that you guys don't mind. And I would like to ask the admin, is my screen visible?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, that's cool. So let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Sherzod. I'm Nur Afsham Presidential School graduate, class of 2024. My stats are SAT 1520, IELTS is 7.5. My A levels are A star, A, and my GPA is 4.93. Don't focus only on academics. I will explain everything that comes during the session. So don't be frightened, be grateful. So let's start. Let's talk about my journey. My first attempt was in 2024 during my senior year when I was studying in 11th grade during my senior year. At that time, I didn't have any idea of college application, so I was going through some social media accounts, through Reddit, through successful cases, and I was seeing how to apply to universities. And the only way to apply was to US. I didn't know any other countries I can apply to. So I focused only on US with no passion, trying to look well-rounded student who does everything, who does student counseling, who does volunteering, who does helping, and basically studying with some superficial ECs, no focus, and GPT-like essays. And during my gap year, this is how my stats, honors, and basically my profile looked like. Basically, I had SAT 1430. That was my first attempt. Then I had research project at Newcastle University. That was a summer school program. We did research there with some teacher assistants, with some college students. It was a nice experience. Then I had leadership. I was a student body president at North Sham PS for 2 years. Then I was president of ACA school. I was like around 8 or 9 months. And then I was research assistant. After I completed my summer research program, I asked to be a research assistant. I contacted the professor. I was very persistent. He was a little bit frightened because of my diligence, but eventually he accepted me into his program. I didn't have any work experience. I mean, in my profile, I didn't have any work experience because I didn't know what I can add. Then I was a volunteer. It was my cousin's company. So his company helps autistic kids to integrate into society. And I asked him whether I can be a volunteer, whether I can work there for a few months, and then add that into my portfolio. Then these were the languages I knew, basically 3 languages. And let's look at the countries you can actually apply. So in red, you can see countries that I applied to. And in orange, you can see the countries you can apply to. Basically, you can apply to Canada, Germany, Poland, Czech Republic, many countries in the US, in Europe. Some of them do require 12-year education, some of them don't. For example, Poland. University of Warsaw doesn't require 12-year education. Then universities in Austria, they don't require 12-year education, but if you speak German, you have a very high chance to get into. Then Britain, no need 12-year education. Italy asks for 12-year education, but you can study 1-year foundation at the university and then go there. France, for example, my university doesn't require 12-year education. Then Turkey, Burslara, Saudi Arabia, there's a good university, KFUPM, King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals. Then UAE, right, Abu Dhabi. Russia, China, very good option, very many opportunities. Then South Korea, University of Tokyo or Kyoto in Japan. Then you've got Singapore, you've got Malaysia as well, then Australia. So what changed during my second attempt? When I was going into the gap year, before I got into gap year, I was already planning what I'm gonna do. I had 2 options. either go to the university in Uzbekistan or take a gap year. So I was having a backpack plan to go to university in Uzbekistan, and I was focusing on gap year. So during my gap year, I focused on one Telegram channel I opened for myself, and I was tracking record of all of my accomplishments, what I did, what I can have, and what I will have by the certain amount of time. So you can see like some of my texts, like my goals, what I accomplished, and some of my basically extracurriculars, my changes, and every bit of information that I found through the internet that I can use in my application. I gathered everything, like 93 photos, 25 videos, like 67 files, right, and links. So I would highly suggest you to create for yourself a Telegram channel so that you can keep a track, so you can track record of everything that you've done. Next. So for my second year, during my gap year, I improved considerably my profile. I worked hard. During gap year, you don't do anything. Some of you might think, oh, gap year, I just rest and do nothing. It's actually the opposite. You get so stressed. At one side, you've got pressure from your parents. They expect a lot from you, right? So you're saying to them that you're going to take 1 year off so that you can prepare again and apply again, right? And they're expecting something from you. On the other hand, you've got expectations from yourself before you begin your gap year. So that person, that version of yourself is expecting something from you. So you've got an immense amount of pressure on you, and you work. My honors, basically I have A levels. I had pretty decent academics. I improved my SAT after 9 months of working, and then I improved my SAT. And this is for A levels. I was top 1%. I got full mark in one of the papers. And the same research project. And then the next research project, I contacted the same professor. I asked whether I can write a research paper with them. And then he took me into his research team, but I was doing research with university level professors. Then for my leadership, I decided to found my own passion project, keystones.com. So let me quickly show it to you. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
So this is my passion project that I had, Keystones Engineering. So you can go to any mechanical engineer, you can learn about different engineering fields, like some facts, the interviews that I had with mechanical engineer, then I've got civil engineer, then I've got electrical engineer. I didn't have any other interviews, so that's why instead I put some introductory information into each new field. So this was the idea of my passion project. Going back to the presentation. So this was my passion project, then the same president of student body, president of FACA school, and then math and physics club leader. So basically after I applied during my gap year, before I started gap year, we were preparing for the A levels, and I was the club president of the math and physics club. Then the research that I had, basically the different section. Then the work experience, I was interning at Lida Metal Technology. That's where my father works. And my father was working and he asked the CEO, basically called the director, we say in Uzbek, right? And he asked whether his son can have an internship, I'll ask me. And he said he would like to talk to me. So we had a pretty decent conversation. He was asking me why would I like to have this internship, and I explained that through this I can learn more about engineering and I can show passion to engineering so that I can get into top universities. So that idea somehow was appealed, right? He liked my idea, and he gave me permission to have internship at Lida Metal Technology. I was living with my father in Hungary, in an absolutely different city, and I was doing an internship there. the same volunteering, and then for the languages, I started learning Chinese language. And the reason why I started learning Chinese, the Mandarin, is because I wanted to challenge myself into learning absolutely new different language that is not your ordinary language with Latin alphabet, but a language with hieroglyphs. And I can see how difficult it is, as a lot of people say. So my level of Chinese is a little like 我是你好你好吗我会说中文我说的很久 Basically, my level is not that good, my speaking, but I can understand some of the conversation that I have. I have actually a roommate. His name is Zhu, Yi Xiao Zhu. And then we sometimes talk in Chinese. It's a very good skill. Very good skill to speak Chinese. It's very interesting, to be honest. Its grammar is very basic. The only difference is the tones. So, my. Basically, all of these syllables have different meaning. Let's continue. Coming back to this map, I want you to encourage to apply not only to US, okay? Not only to US. Consider other options as well. Of course, one of the best options would be to apply to China. That's what I think. I think that China has got an immense potential for the international students. Especially there's Tsinghua University, which loves international students. If you have basic level of academics for the university, right? So I know that Tsinghua accepts around 30% of international students because they love them. I wanted to apply to Tsinghua, but I was 9 minutes late. Basically, they're very strict with deadlines. So, but still, you see, I didn't apply, and now I'm in France. Right, so China, very good option. Then Korea, South Korea, very good option as well. Malaysia, good enough if you have money. For example, $5,000 for the tuition. You've got University of Malaya, which is top 60, and it's a very good research university. Then Canada. I don't have enough information on Canada, but I know that there are some good units like UCB or UBC. I don't remember the name. Toronto, also a good university. Then when it comes to Europe, in Poland, you've got University of Warsaw. The tuition is low. It's around 2,000, 3,000 euros. Living expense around 400 euros a month. Then France also a good option if you want to complete your bachelor's in 3 years and then apply to top level masters. For example, I have very, very high chance of getting into MIT engineering for my master's. Like we had 160 alumni that I have information on, and 15 of them study in MIT. 20 of them studied Zurich. You know Zurich, right? Top 7 university. 7 in Oxford, 10 in Cambridge. So we have very high chance of getting into a very good master's program. So definitely consider. And Turkey is also a good option. Fulbright, a lot of Fulbrights. Saudi Arabia, very good option as well. They give stipend around $200 a month, full tuition, scholarships, right? Let's continue. So these are the universities that I got into. I got into Seoul National University. I got into Politecnique, and I got into Politecnico di Torino. But going here was not possible because I don't have 12-year education. You can get accepted, but because you need to get visa, and they don't give visa for those who don't have 12-year education. So there was a little like misunderstanding. When it comes to my advice, I'm saying again, don't focus only on US. US is very unpredictable, especially because of what's happening in today's world. And I would advise you not to focus, to focus on Asian countries more. Learn languages. Learn language of the country you want to go into. 1 year, you can get to B1 level. That's enough for China. If you're a 10th grader, I would highly suggest you to start learning Chinese. If you're a 10th grader, if you take one gap year, if you during that gap year you work on some APs, SAT, and then you get HSK 4 or 5, you have very high chance to go into top 4 university in China. And we can imagine what will happen after that. I mean, yeah. So right now, I'm gathering students with full free support for those who want to apply to Polytechnique, École Polytechnique. If you want to apply, I will fully support you. Only those who have potential. Okay? Keep in mind that Polytechnique is not your ordinary school. It's considered the best Polytechnique university in France, right? The best university in France in engineering, in Polytechnique. So if you have enough academics, if you think you can get into this university, I will highly support you and show you the journey, okay? With your documents, with visa, and hopefully the next year I'll be welcoming you myself as someone who welcomed me here, and I would be proud to see one of Uzbeks here at campus. Thank you. This is my Telegram and my Instagram. Follow me. Any questions? I'm always open to your questions. Let's have a Q&A session. So, shall I be reading the questions if anyone has one?
So right now in the last post we have questions. We posted one post. You can ask your questions there, and we can go.
I can see how will I select students.
So people are writing their questions. Yeah.
So Polytechnique doesn't require 12-year education. You can apply with 11 years of education, but the only thing you need to do is show absolute commitment to academics. Let me tell you that I'm below average. Here, I'm below average. I think I'm below average. I mean, I'm not sure, but here average SAT is 1530. Like I saw people with 1520, 1510, 1570, 1580. There is one girl with 1600, so you can imagine. So, yeah, IELTS 7.57, 6.5 is acceptable. I mean, I know the guy with 6.5. He's French, and his speaking is awful. I mean, I don't understand what he's saying. Sometimes he speaks, and you're like, huh? He has got this immense French accent that doesn't make any sense while he's speaking. So, yeah, how will I select? Basic requirements is to show that you're academically excellent, not basically good, excellent. Not A levels. A levels are not important, but if you have A levels, that's good. If you have APs, like 2 APs, 2 5s, very good. Very, very good. If you are a 10th grader, I welcome you. If you're like willing to show academic excellence throughout the year, I will help you. Don't worry. Let me tell you one thing, okay? One thing that you might not like is that here living is around 9,000 euros a year. Okay, 9,000 euros a year, including tuition. I mean, I don't pay tuition. Tuition is around $20,000, but there is entrance enrollment fee, which is 1,500 euros. And then living expenses is around 600 euros for the apartment, but you can subsidize it with CAF. CAF is basically helps you to pay the tuition, the living expenses. It waives like 150 euros. So apartment is 450 euros and living expenses 200 euros. So 650 euros a month. You can work, you can teach some, you can have some students. So that's basically it for 3 years. Or you can apply to youth. You have very high chance to come here. I didn't apply to youth personally because I didn't want to. Okay. Is it education license can apply with foundation degree? If you have, I didn't understand your question, but I don't know about Sorbonne and Sciences Po. I only know about École Polytechnique. Eliortumide is very good for you. I didn't apply myself because I didn't want to be tied to Uzbekistan. I want to do my master's abroad. I wanted to live in France for quite a bit and then go to China. So if I apply to a youth, and then I need to be stuck in Uzbekistan. I didn't want that. I wanted freedom. So yeah, let's go over. Does your uni offer scholarships? Yes, it does. If you have very good, very impressive academics, they give you excellent scholarship, like 5,000 euros a year. It's like sort of a bonus. I didn't win it, but you can get it, certainly. I know some people with IMO, silver, gold here. So you can imagine with IFO, silver, IFO, gold. Some people with chemistry, ICO, bronze, right? So here, they're impressive guys. People who did international Olympiads in robotics, IB 45, 5-6 students with IB 45. You know IB, right? It's International Baccalaureate. Something close to, something similar to levels, but not similar. It's like something close. And it's maximum score. And then here people have usually 4A levels. I haven't seen another guy with 3A levels. So for 3A star, 1A is it's like average here. So another thing that we can have interest-free loans. So Polytechnique gives, depending on your family situation, they give tuition waiver and interest-free loans. So basically it's up to 12,000. It's Voices Credit, right? You know what's Voices Credit. So basically you can get it as well if you're very poor, right? I wasn't very poor, but I'm not very wealthy as well. It's like, you understand, right? So, doesn't Polytechnique require 12-year education? No. Could you give me your personal account? Yes, my personal account, I wouldn't want to do that, but still, this is, you can take a look at this. Must we have A levels? No, you don't have to have A levels. I know there is another guy, his name is Azizbek. He's studying at Koç University right now in Turkey, and he got in without A levels, without 12-year education. He got in with 2 APs, 15-20 SAT, and maybe some background experience. I'm not very sure. So, yes, no need for 12-year education. But if you have 12-year education, and for example, you studied 1 year at university and your GPA is good, very good, you have higher chance of getting in. So think about it as well, okay? Could you give me, must we have 3A levels, 6 APs, or IBD, which is more impressive, for Ivy League? I don't know what's IBD. Is it International Baccalaureate Diploma? Well, I think if you have basic proof of academics for the Ivy League, like let's say if you have 3A stars or 2A star 1A, it's proof of the fact that you're academically excellent, right? So they put a tick on your academics and they move to another thing. They see at your extracurriculars if you're compatible, right? Everything is connected, interconnected, and your values connect to the school's values, then you get accepted. Okay, if the admission officer likes you, then you get in. It's basically proof, tick, 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 tick in every section. There's no such thing of being impressive. Maybe if you have A levels and you don't study at PS, that would be impressive because you're self-studying them, right? Next, does this university ask about, yes, ECs? There is a section, there's a section for ECs, and there are 3 essays that you need to write. For my university, strong academics is compulsory, I would say. ECs, not that important, but essays, it shows passion, shows who you are, right? They don't simply accept nerds. There are around 10% of nerds here. Other people are very versatile, very interesting people you can find here. Like some people, the 10 years of drum, like, you know, the music instrument, right? 10 years of electric guitar, right? Very interesting people. Dancing, some people did robotics, as I said. Some people did indoor skiing. You know what's indoor skiing, right? Or skiing, yeah. So world champions in indoor skiing. How to study our fundamental year in Uzbekistan. So foundation year, you can study in either New Uzbekistan University. It's easier to get 100% scholarship, study 1 year and then leave. Or you can study at Webster. I mean, it doesn't matter which university, just have this first year. No, it's not important to have foundation. It's important to have the first year and have very good grades during the first year. Like, do you have a GPA like 3.8, 3.9, or 4 would be good. Studying here, by the way, it's very difficult. Letting you immediately. What documents you plan to get into Seoul National Uni? How many essays did you write? I think I wrote one huge essay of 500 words. I think. What documents? So I was preliminarily admitted, and to finally admit it, I needed to send my documents, but I didn't have money, so I didn't do it. They asked for my birth certificate. I didn't send it because I already got into Polytechnique and spending more money, which I didn't have, and I didn't want to ask my parents. I just didn't go there. Is there a link for full support program application? Okay, I will let you know what are the requirements, okay, for full support. Can I write in the group? Is it possible into the channel?
Yes, of course. If you send it to me, I can share it to the channel.
I will send it to one of your co-founders. So requirement, I have one basic requirement. Okay, wait a second. Finished. So I set requirements for the full support program. This will be my username, so you can add my username to the. Let's go back to the questions. Does your uni offer Fulbright? It doesn't offer Fulbright per se, but it offers sort of a way for the Fulbright. So you get loan from the university, and then you pay off during your. You get a loan. You can study for free, basically, but you need to pay it off. Is it possible to get an application? No, it's not possible to get an application if you write right. It's not possible. Do you offer admission support course to NUAT? No, I don't offer it to NUAT, but I can generally help you to get into university if you have good stats. Like if you have SAT, if you have very good stats, let's say this, if you have very good stats and you have huge passion to get into universities abroad, I will help you for free. The only thing I want from you is to show passion and your stats. If your stats are good enough, like 1500, or if not 1500, but still you are likely to get 1500, I will help you. I just want to see your profiles. If you're good enough, I will select you to the full support program. But first, let's do it for Polytechnique. If I gather not enough students for Polytechnique admission only, I will talk to admins and I will select students for general admission. Okay. How is the economic program at Polytechnique? Well, economics is very good. Like I know people are talking that it's very difficult and it's very theoretical. Economics first semester easy introduction. So how does it work? So basically we have we study we study all subjects first semester, and then we drop unnecessary subjects in the second and third semester. So for example, computer science studying is compulsory the first year, you can drop it the next year. I can drop economics the next semester, right? I will drop the economics because I don't want to study. And then in the third semester, you can choose a minor. I will choose minor in biology because I'm doing physics. So physics and biology, I want to do nano-engineering, nanotechnology engineering, or bioengineering. So I can study biology with physics. Math is compulsory, okay? Or you can study math, econ, plus minor in CS, okay? I will write that in the chat. Physics, math, compulsory, and then physics plus bio, minor, econ plus CS minor. This is what we have. Then how's École Polytechnique for those wanting to pursue law? No, you don't. It's Polytechnique, right? Why would you study law or social sciences here? Which one is better? École normal superior. What? École normal superior or Polytechnique? I don't honestly understand your question. Is it true that French people don't love to talk in English and it is hard to socialize with them? Not per se, but if you're learning their language, if you're showing that you want to learn their language, they're very open. Like they never say no. That's what I've noticed. And if you approach them in English, they don't say like no. They are not cold-hearted as you expect them to be. I expected them to be very rude and cold-hearted, but apparently they're very nice. They're very nice. Like I was going on the street to one of the supermarkets, and I didn't have mobile data. Google Maps just turned off, and I couldn't see the road. I stopped one absolute stranger and asked, like, do you speak English? Like, parlez-vous anglais? That's in French. And he said, oui. And I asked, like, can you please help me? I don't see the road. Can you please share your mobile data? And he said, okay, no problem. And then he shared, he spanned me, he showed direction, right? They're very open. I explained that I'm a student. I hope you understand. And he said, no problem. In the end, he stopped, like, before we left and said, have a good day. Can you imagine? Does Ans École Normale Supérieure has bachelor? I know this. No, I don't think they have. I don't think they have. Maybe they do. For example, bachelor is a new program. It just opened 8 years ago. So not many universities have them. So I hope you understand. But Ans, I heard it's a very good university as well. International relations is popular there. No, basically people here usually do more of engineering or business or economics. So I'm not sure whether international relations is. We don't have international relations here, by the way. Does Polytechnique super score SAT? That's a good question because when I was applying, I don't remember whether I sent my SAT or not, to be honest. I don't really know. I don't really know. I can't help answer that question. I hope you understand. I think no. I think. But you need to clarify with the admissions. They're always open. They're very nice. For example, I will finish up by questioning. Does the uni have a music club? They have a huge one. Piano, they do have. I've seen on the website they have rooms. They do have. But do they teach or students just play themselves? They don't teach, but music club, you can ask your friends to teach. I have a friend, he was willing to teach me electric guitar, but I said, I was interested and he said, would you like to learn? I said, no, maybe basic guitar. Is it so important to have an A level? No. You can apply just IELTS SAT and GPA. just having international level exams like APs, IBs, A levels help you in your admission. The admission officer like look and you see, oh, this kid is academically strong. Maybe I will accept them, right? But that's what they say. So that's why having APs is good. But if you don't have APs, you can show another side of your passion. It's also okay. For example, I was writing my personal statement. You write 3 essays. I will show you at the end. Okay? So is it possible to work part-time and study? You can't work because you're living on campus and in Palaiseau. That's where I live. Let me show you the map, okay? Let me show you the map. You can see it. Yep, you can see it. So Google Maps. Google. This is basically, you see this where I'm pointing at. You see this. This is École Polytechnique basically, and this is like place where 3 universities are located at. We've got ENSTA and ENSAE, and then here we've got École Polytechnique, right? So this is, and Palaiseau is, this is Palaiseau, right? This is city. City is very nice, very nice. It's very like, you know, that not ancient, like medieval Europe like buildings, right? Very vibe plus, we say plus vibe. That's like the city is like. So in order, if you want to work, you need to commute to the city, and you basically don't have time. I'll show you my schedule. How does my schedule look like? Schedule is important, right? I already had 2 midterms, so yeah, this is not this one. Let's go to somewhere before the break. Not this one. So October 13, 18, this is how the schedule looks like. 5 days of studying. What is blue is lectures. You don't have to go to lectures, but you have to go to this is lab, 4 hours of lab. You need to go to this brown things. These are, after lecture, you have class, tutorials. So you need to go to tutorials because they check your attendance. If you don't attend, your grade will be deducted by 2. Like if you have A+, you're gonna have A-. So it drops by 2. So this is how the schedule looks like. The only time you have after 5, but usually you've got basically, these are tutoring sessions. They are not compulsory, but if you have any problems, you can go and study there, right? This is how it looks. So yeah, and you don't have time. You can't work. Maybe you can work during the break, summer break. It's 3 months, like from the 24th of June till 22nd of September, something like that. So you can work during that time period, right? Let me go back here and then continue with the questions. Business program, no business programs. Is it possible to get a Fulbright scholarship from the university itself or pilot training? If it is repeated, sorry, I joined late. Fulbright scholarship, my best advice, apply here, get in, and apply to a youth. Best way. You will get 1,000 euros a month. You can save 400 of them or like 300 and then live comfortably for that amount, right? Well, it wasn't 1,000, it was even more because you will be close to Paris. It will be like 1,500, I guess. Still, it will be very, very much enough. Can I apply to Prépa? No, I think no. Only if you speak French, I guess. If you speak French and then you pass high school exams, then you can apply to Prépa. Prépa is basically French system of bachelor. It's like 2-year intense program. You said academics are important during the selection process. What exactly do you mean by academics? It is only SAT. I will show you basically the PDF file, CV. They call it CV. I will show you what it contains. Do you know any Uzbek at Pepra? Is it hard to study there? Do I know any Uzbeks at Pepra? Yes, I know one Uzbek. I just went to Paris today, right? I just went to Paris. I had a very nice time. It's close. It's like 40 minutes from Palaiseau, and you get to the city in 1 hour, basically from here to the city 1 hour on metro, €2. Very nice. You can go directly to the city, explore the town. Super nice. I just used some of the perfume for free. It's just testing. It's still on my clothes. It's very nice. I was willing to show you the PDF of CV. I think I will show you. Just wait a second. Let me turn it off for a second. The screen share. Okay, so I found it. Let me show you how it looks. So basically you have this PDF bachelor. Can I download it? Oh, what happened? I guess it was this one. No, wait. Why is this in French? I don't speak French, so don't get your hopes up. I think, yeah, this is, let's download it. No need to download, actually. Let's just go over it. Okay, so this is how the, can you see? Yeah, you can see it. So this is how the CV looks like. So basically you're in the platform of application, you fill out your data, your stats, your basic things, like what you have, what exams you have taken, SAT, and blah, blah, blah. And here comes more of extracurricular like introduction of yourself, CV. So your application ID, your name, first name, your honors and awards, your competition titles. I wrote three or four. I wrote three, I guess. And then international experience. What have you done? Living abroad, activities. Like I wrote about my trip to Belarus, how I was living there for 3 months. Then I added some bunch of conference that I attended. Not impressive, I would say. Then co-curricular activities, that the activities you do inside of your school, not outside. These are not extra. These are co-curricular. Then sports. We will go through everything if you want to apply for a research program. For my full support program. Sports, I added like football. I was a football soccer forward during the high school, only one, as far as I remember. And here, my work experiences. The fact that I was intern at Little Metal Technology, then description, then second experience is research project, right? Then the third one, research co-author. The third was my passion project. The hobbies, I feel them all. Chess, languages, tutoring, volunteering, no volunteering, geology, physics. I was showing that I'm actually passionate about science. And then math level. How good are you in math? This is important. If you're bad in math, you better not apply, because this is math school, right? Mine was basically, I had around half of highs and one low, limits. I wasn't good in limits. So it was a low and then one average and the rest was good and high. So you don't have to be high, okay? You need to be genuine and good in what you do. Are there any other topics? Basically here I added my A-level curriculum and then that I was good in A-levels. That's it, this is CV. And then there was another one, wait a second. This is for CV and there is essay section. Personal statement, you say. Wait a second, let me show you. This is how it looks like. This is personal statement. These are the questions. So applications to École Polytechnique bachelor's program. This is someone I don't know. His name is Nguyen Tien. Not. How will the bachelor program at École Polytechnique help you to achieve your ambitions? Right? 3 words per question. This is the first question. How will bachelor program help you achieve your ambitions? The next, write a short letter to introduce yourself to your future roommate to help them and us to get to know you better. I see that questions change, but this is how the questions look like. The third, tell us about a particular issue that matters to you and which actions you would like to take to solve it or tackle it. It could be an intellectual challenge, a research question, or anything that is dear to you, however big or small it is. So here they want to see how academically curious you are, right? How well acquainted are you in science, basically. They want to see that. You need to understand what the actual purpose of the question is. Here they want to learn you as a person. How would your peers look at you as a person, your personality? And here, how will the bachelor program, basically here they're seeing how will your ambition align with Polytechnique's goals. What Polytechnique wants is to expand its circle of geniuses, right? It wants to expand its influence. So your goals must align with them, right? If you just want to study and then go back to your own country and then work at a simple factory, that's not how it works. They want future leaders, right? If you go back to your country and open an industry, for example, or if you have a really good structured plan of applying Polytechnique's prestige in your own life, that's what they want to see, right? This is personal statement questions. There were no other this type of files, only basic filling information. So this is how competitive admissions is. It's really competitive. As far as I remember, it was 10% acceptance rate for French people, or 8, I guess 8 for French people. So we have around 200 people here. So you can see how tight knit the community is, right? You can get acquainted almost with everyone, and we live in one building. You might have a friend. It will be just in 2 minutes of walk. So yeah, let's go see. Maybe you have other questions. I can show you 1 or 2 of my academics. Not academics, but my ECs. How many Uzbeks are there? At Polytechnique, I think there are, I know only 1 Uzbek. There might be more. I'm not acquainted with other seniors, but I know only 1 guy, Umar. He is BX27. I'm BX28. Is it possible to get a full tuition with IELTS 7, SAT 1200? SAT 1200 is nothing here, to be honest. I'm sorry to say this, but this is nothing. 1500 is sometimes out of the question. Without any extracurricular, any volunteering hours or projects, no, it's not possible. You can imagine 200 people are accepted, right? 200 people. And how to be one of those people? You need to think in that way. Does your professor has professor has crazy CV or just normal? I'm not sure about my professors. I wasn't interested in, to be honest. Is it difficult to get visa? No, visa is easy. I mean, they're very chill with like Polytechnique students. I mean, I forgot to submit some of my documents, one or two documents, and I still got my visa in 18 days. You can imagine. I was expecting to get it in 1 month, but I got it in 18 days. Can we become rich is France a rich country? Do you see yourself in France in the future? You can become rich, but it's like exceptions. It's rare occasion, like 1 or 2% of people become rich, right? So you need to have some sort of a business, some sort of a startup, or you need to be creative if you want to become rich here. Okay. Is France a rich country? I would say France is a very social country, which helps people a lot, right? So taxes here are 40%, but for 40% you get free healthcare, free childcare, free schooling, right? Yeah, basically they care about social. If you are like bomsh, what you call homeless, they give you money, like 900 euros, I guess, a month. Yeah, something like that. And I was just talking to someone. And then lunches here. Some schools have got one year of lunches, so they care about social status, not social status, but social. Basically, they care about people a lot. Do we have to use Campus France to apply public universities in France? No, you don't have to. I applied directly to the website. Try Italy or Korea, lower ranked schools. Any other questions? Yeah, so keep in mind about support. I will surely help you. If not only Polytechnique, first I want to see how many people are interested in Polytechnique. And then if you have good academics, I will help you to apply to not only to France, but to Korea, to Malaysia, of course, for free. I'm doing this because I just want to help. Don't think that I have any ulterior motives. I'm just bored sometimes. So if I have someone to communicate, some Uzbeks, I'd be gladly help. So let's wrap up this session. I will show you one of my internship experiences. Okay, not internship experience, but my CV that I applied to for technique. Wait a second. So this is how it looks. Competition title, international experience, my co-curriculars, sports. So this is my experience in first experience, little metal technology. Ahangaran, Tashkent region, Uzbekistan. This is the duration. Analytical intern. Intern at the metallurgical manufacturing company, learned visual processes of rebar production, including casting, rolling, and heat treatment. Conducted tensile property analysis on 12 28 centimeter rebar in diameter. With a team of engineers, designed 3D models in SolidWorks to increase bonding strength 5 to 7%. So this is the experience that I had, the first one. It's not wow, it's genuine, right? It's something anyone can do. So you don't have to be crazy, okay, in order to get here, but you generally need to be strong, okay? So this is what my final message is. So anyone has got questions? It's not one-to-one group. It's a group. Can I get with 14, 20, and 7? I also attend some internship related to my major, some average honors. I don't think so. 14, 20 is low, to be honest. But you can always try. You can always try. The admissions is until February 13th. So it's basically we start working on your application now. We can surely craft something, right? It's like, it's not 1 month, it's not 2 months, it's 3 months, right? To prepare your application. So think about it. 3 months of time to apply to Polytechnique. Surely we can do something about it. And here's some fellow, seeing some fellow Uzbeks here. Of course I'll be happy, right? Because I'm the only Uzbek in my promotion. And there's another Uzbek guy, BX27. And if we have BX26, BX29 Uzbeks, of course we'd be happy. The last year we had 2 acceptances. I mean, me and Azizbek. Next year I hope we will have more than 2, maybe perhaps 3, 4, 5. The only thing that I want to tell is the fact that Romanians are dominating right now. We've got 30 Romanians. Yeah, a lot of Romanians, to be honest, which is just crazy. Crazy. Xitoyliklar ham undan ko'pmasda. Xitoyliklar agar bo'lsa bu yerda 10 tami, 10 taga yaqinda. Qolganlar ruminlar, lekin to'lib yotibdi. 5 ta qozoq, 7 ta rus. Fransiyaliklar qanchaligini bilmayman, lekin Vyetnamdan bir 5 kishi, 4 kishi bo'lsa kerak. Keyin Turkiyadan 6 kishi. Shunaqa Polshadan 2 kishi yoki ko'proq bo'lsa kerak, 2 kishini bilaman. Yeah. Do they care about diversity? I think they do. Of course they do. And then sorry for asking, I've joined late. No, there is no law major. You can also retake my SAT in December. Yes, it's good. Retake your SAT, get 1500 plus, get 8 or 7 IELTS by February. You're gonna be good. Yeah, we can stop now. So I can see Sardor is raising his hand. If he's willing to ask a question, you can write it. Thank you a lot, guys, for joining. Please send your responses to Unlock. Surely we will work. Have a good day. Do you have something to say, admin?
No, we wanted to thank you and the audience for listening, and you are providing very valuable information. Thank you so much.
Sure. Have a good day.
Have a good day, everyone. Hope to see you very soon. Thank you so much.